Hi there, I'm Dr. Miller. What is your name?
John.
Okay, John. What brought you in to see me today?
Me and some buddies were just drinking stuff in the apartment, and I had a few too many. Just walking into the bathroom, and the floor was kind of wet, and I slipped and hit my head, and I had to call an ambulance for me and pick me up.
Okay. So, do you know where you are right now?
Yeah, where I'm at.
Can you tell me where that is?
I'm at the hospital right now.
There you go. Okay. All right. So you said that you slipped and hit your head. You had too many to drink. Um, how often do you have a drink with alcohol in it? Based on the regular, I'm assuming you know what a regular, beer is, glass of wine, shot, you know, mixed drink. Like, how often do you have a drink?
I mean, just hanging out. It's a bunch of us dudes, um, all live in an apartment together. Man, we're probably drinking most every night.
Okay. So definitely like four or more times a week.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm talking 7 days a week, or at least having a drink.
All right,
Football games are on. It's that time of year.
makes sense. Um, how many per day then, on average?
Work days, maybe 3 or 4, but kind of lose count on the weekends.
Lose count on
Drinking
the
a lot.
weekends. So you'd say definitely weekly that you have six or more drinks on one occasion.
Oh yeah, usually Fridays and Saturdays. If we wake up in time Sunday to have a few drinks.
Wake up in time on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, usually we're been up all night, Friday night and Saturday night drinking. That Sunday's the day to recover, so we pretty much sleep the day away.
That's rough. All right. So then you're in the military, I assume.
Yeah.
Because you're wearing. How often has that impacted what you've been able to do, your duties as a soldier and your responsibilities, cleaning up or whatever your commanding officer asks.
Well, I mean, I really haven't gotten in trouble for anything. Most of the time, I got buddies that'll cover for me. If I don't get up in time because I've drinking the night before or sick and hungover. But I've been late a couple times.
So you've been late a couple of times,
Yeah.
right? How often, how often were you not able to stop drinking?
I don't even know, man. I usually get so drunk I don't even remember how many I had. I just really enjoy it. It makes me feel good.
All right. So then because you drink that much that often, how much has that impacted your memory?
Um, I really don't know too much. I mean, again, when you drink a lot, you don't remember what happened. But
Right. So
as far as just regular memory of day-to-day things, I feel like I'm all right.
okay. So would you say it's still a weekly occurrence where you're unable to remember the night before?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you wake up in the morning, how often would you say that you need a drink to get your day started?
In the morning,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I ever really need it. You know, Saturday mornings, again, as usual, we'll get up and start drinking, but not because of we need to, just another day of drinking.
Okay. Have you felt guilt or remorse for this consumption? The frequency in which you drink?
Sometimes, I mean, it's a lot to be drinking. I spend a lot of money on it.
Yeah, I'd say. All right, and then has anyone at all been injured?
Besides me,
Yeah.
not really. A couple of bumps and bruises and stuff, but as far as really getting hurt, no.
Okay. Okay. And then has anyone expressed concern about the amount of consumption that you intake on a weekly basis?
Yeah, I mean, I get called an alcoholic a lot, but I probably am with how much I am drinking.
So, okay. Based on that, what you're saying there, what are some things that you enjoy about drinking?
I mean, it helps me chill out. Work's stressful. So, drinking every night is just a way to chill out in the afternoon. Helps me sleep. Drink enough and you just go to bed. You don't even remember it.
And what are some things that you don't like about it?
Well, I'm spending a lot of money on it. Usually was responsible about stuff, but it's kind of getting in the way of work and things I used to be responsible for. And I feel like I could be a lot farther ahead if I wasn't drinking as much.
So, based on what you said there, have you been wanting to quit?
I've tossed with the idea, but I don't know, I'm around alcohol all the time. So if someone has a case of beer and they're willing to share, or I go to the store, it's just kind of habit for me to pick up a case and walk out.
Have you been wanting to cut back?
Yeah. I mean, I tried a couple different times, but I don't know. I just don't really see the point right now. Maybe later on when I leave and move home, I'll think about it more.
Okay. And then, so based on that, what you're saying there, on the one hand, you've got, you're around some people or situations that are going to cause you to drink, maybe like a social situation. But then on the other hand, you have tossed around the idea of wanting to quit. So at this point, we have asked, have you wanted to quit? And you said yes, but based on what you were saying about, spending a lot of money, impeding what you were saying, what does that indicate to you?
I definitely think that I have a problem with drinking.
Okay.
Never committed myself to trying to quit, but part of me thinks I could.
Okay. Would you like to?
I'd like to control it.
Okay.
I don't think that, it's something I really do enjoy a lot. I love having drinks with the guys and hanging out and stuff. So, I don't want to stop doing that, but I definitely need to control it. Maybe stop drinking on the weekday before work and stuff.
Okay. Have you ever thought about doing like Alcoholics Anonymous or anything like that?
Yeah, a couple of guys have told me about, probably getting involved with that, but I don't know, I feel weird walking into a place, not knowing anybody.
Well, sometimes that could be good, or maybe someone could go with you, a friend who might have the same problem or same situation, not necessarily someone who, when you were talking about those situations where you feel compelled to, maybe someone who is outside of the situation looking in, maybe someone who doesn't. Do you have any friends that don't consume alcohol?
I mean, I know a couple guys, but not really my friends. I mean, there's quite a few who rarely drink and don't drink often that I'm good friends with.
I mean, maybe you could reach out, ask some of them, send it up your chain of command. I'm sure like your team leader or your sergeant is going to be really impacting on that and will actually listen. Following that, you've expressed concerns about it, and you've talked about how you feel like it's kind of starting to consume your life a little bit. So, what do you think that shows to you?
What do you mean as far as what it's showing to me?
Mostly just what is your opinion on this? What with these things that we've discussed today? What do you think your next step is going to be?
I don't know. Probably gonna have to get involved with something before I get, in a lot of trouble with my command for it. They kind of know about it now with the situation. They had to know that the ambulance and stuff was called. So I'm gonna have to do something about it.
All right. So based on what you were saying, there aren't many people that you're around as far as those friends that don't drink. So what we could do is we could actually take you to, or you could go to AA. That way that those outside groups, those bad influences, they won't influence you because you are anonymous in that sense. We could have, military people there. We could find someone that's in a unit going through the same thing. Or you could, following that, here's a list of resources that can get you, in an AA meeting near your base that can help you go through these processes. Some phone numbers in case you need to call and talk to someone. I'm always here too, and I think we should move on from there.
All right. How you doing, Reese? I'm Dr. Charles. Just coming in to talk to you today. We heard you overdosed, and the paramedics brought you in. Got you to wake up. You seem to be doing all right and conscious. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions at all today?
Sure, man. Whatever.
All right. So, how often do you have a drink containing alcohol?
I'd say, I don't know. I don't really drink all that much. I'm more, I kind of got into something a little hard last week. Or was it last week? No, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I got into a bad batch of heroin, man. So kind of wrecked my system.
Would you say, maybe you drink monthly, a couple times a month?
I might have had like 2 drinks just to like appease my heroin dealer because he was seeing I was a little wigged out. It's pretty rough.
When you have drank, how many do you usually have in those times?
Maybe like 1. I don't really like beer, man. It's gross. Whiskey is just too woody for me, and wine is just like for rich people, so not really.
Do you ever have 6 or more drinks at a time?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
How often during the last year have you found that you were unable to stop drinking once you'd started? It sounds like you really don't drink much when you are.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always been able to stop, honestly.
Okay.
So.
Has your alcohol gotten in the way of you doing your normal expected things, like going to work, going to school, things like that?
Not alcohol, man.
How often in the last year have you been unable to remember what happened the night before because of your drinking?
Never. I never got blackout with booze. It's not my scene.
Have you ever had to, maybe drink a beer or something in the morning to help you wake up and get going?
No.
Have you ever felt guilt or remorse for your drinking?
No.
Then have you or someone ever been injured due to drinking?
No.
All right. Has anyone ever expressed concern because of your drinking?
No, man.
Okay. So it doesn't seem like drinking seems to be too much of an issue for you. Got a few more questions here. Have you used drugs other than those required for medical reasons?
Yeah.
You were brought in today because of an overdose. So, have you ever combined drugs, taking more than one at a time?
Done speed a couple of times.
Okay. Once you start using, drugs, things like that, can you get yourself to stop?
No, man. No, it's been pretty hard to stop.
Have you ever had any blackouts or flashbacks because of the drugs you're using?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Do you feel guilty about or feel bad about the drugs that you've been taking?
Yeah, man. It's the hardest thing is just like hitting the bottom, and I feel pretty bad about that because it just wrecks me, man.
Does your significant other or parents express concern about your drug use?
Yeah, that's part of the people who want me to be here right now.
Okay. Do you feel like you've neglected your family because of drug use?
Yeah.
Have you ever engaged in illegal activity as a way to support, your drug habits, drug use? That can be, theft or burglary. You get money for buying drugs, anything like that.
Yeah, I stole a car once, man.
Have you ever tried to quit and experience withdrawal symptoms, or not been able to get drugs and experience withdrawal?
Yeah, man, it was crazy. My parents locked me in my room and took all my crap, and I was choking myself out on the bed sheets because I wanted it so freaking bad.
What kind of withdrawal symptoms were you going through?
I was puking, I was shaking, I was itching. Just almost like a rabid dog.
And then, other than today, have you ever had medical issues as a result of drug use?
I twitch sometimes, but I just itch.
So, from what you can say, you've had some family who has concerns about your drug use, things like that. Are there things that you enjoy about, using drugs, things like that?
It's like the high, man. It's like when you're just floating in the clouds and no one really can touch you. That's pretty sweet. Until those freaking firefighters stuffed that crap up my nose and brought me back. That sucked. But other than that, I do like the feel.
What kind of things don't you like about it?
Probably the way it just makes me twitch all the time, like itch, and I've got that stupid cokehead that's my dealer, and he just hounds me all the time, man, to steal crap, and it's stupid. So I hate it.
You feel like, using drugs, things that are holding you back from where you could be in life right now?
Yeah, man, I could be a corporate CEO or something like that. But
if you were, let's just say you're able to quit today, what do you think your future would look like?
I don't know, definitely not as gray as the crap I'd shoot up. Wouldn't be cloudy, it'd be super, super chill. And I could probably be more productive to society. So
What do you think would happen if you didn't quit?
I'd probably be dead, man.
So, again, from what you're saying, it seems like you're struggling with how it's making you feel, but you're also wanting to move forward in life, be productive. You're wanting to be there for your family, things like that. And obviously, you're not enjoying the way drugs make you feel afterwards when you don't have it. So, I'd like to see if you'd be interested in going to some sort of NA meeting, something like that. I can get you some resources to help you, quit, things like that. I think you might need some sort of medical attention due to some of the withdrawal symptoms you might face. Would you be interested in that?
Yeah, man, I love that.
Okay.
I think that could work out fine.
All right. Yeah, I can get you in touch with some counselors, some NA meetings. I think will really help you.
All right, we'll do that, man. Need anything else, or?
Nope.
All right, well, do you have any resources for me?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, yeah. I'd really like to get in touch with someone, though. I think that could help a lot.
Give me a minute.